So, g'day fellow coin collectors, how you going today? And today I'm going to do one of the last videos on the Commonwealth of Australia penny. The only other 2 years I need to do from memories here, 1925, which is actually a low mint coin, and the 1930, which to get an original is actually quite expensive. I believe about $10,000 expensive. So that video most likely is not going to be made unless I can actually go and make it from a collection somewhere. Anyway, so the 1936 penny is actually the last year of this type. In 1936 they actually didn't make any pennies, and in 1937 they didn't make any pennies. God. And in 1938 they actually changed it to the kangaroo 1 penny. So this type has, you should have only the one reverse. So in the one reverse, this is actually the, what they call it, Birmingham. And how you actually tell that, it's, it has the denticles around the side, so the dots that you see on the side should be 177 instead of 174. But I don't think anyone's actually going to count them. So another way to actually tell is that so another way to tell, sorry, I was just reading up just to get my bearings. So with the last 3 letters of Australia, the A goes in between the denticles, and so does the L, and the I and the A hits the denticle when you put a line straight up. So that's how you tell the Birmingham. The London should have the A and L lined with denticles, and the I and A lined in between the gap. So that's how you actually tell the 2 different types. So this one's a Birmingham. Let's just quickly go through them. That looks like, yep, Birmingham as well. The third one, in between, line up. Yeah, it's a Birmingham as well. And this one, in between, line up. So they're all the Birmingham reverse. So if you actually get a different type of reverse, and I know in my videos I get confused between obverse and reverse. I shouldn't actually make that mistake, but I'm not really thinking. So that's how you actually tell. So these are all Birmingham reverses, and on the obverse, all you can tell this is the London one, and the Calcutta is that the N lines up in between. So yep, lines up in between. Let's have a look at this one. N lines up in between, and on the last coin the N lines up in between. So if you get one lined up with the denticle, then actually that will be a very scarce type of, not error, just a variety. So there are differences between errors and varieties. So varieties are an intentional coin that's actually made. An error is an unintentional, so like a die crack, or whether it is not supposed to actually exist. The mintage of this coin was actually 9,890,000. There's probably about 1,000 or so proofs, and that probably goes with every year, and they're actually very rare. The old proof coins are actually hard to tell from an uncirculated type. So if you're going to buy a proof, my suggestion is that you buy it from a reputable dealer, because you're not really going to just buy one off eBay. You might get lucky and buy one if someone doesn't know it's a proof, but I would tend to actually buy a graded coin. So these coins you can actually get in probably very fine grade for a cheap price, probably about, the book value says $8, but probably like $4 for these ones, I'd say. You can actually buy them for $3-4. Lower grades probably about $1. And you can see here, has quite a lot of damage. And what you need to look for, because there's a high mintage, is that they would have a lot of errors. And in the book I just reviewed, it was Australian predecimal coin varieties, which is pretty much Australian predecimal coin errors. It's actually about 30 different types of errors you can find. So a lot of them are dots. So you can look for dots on the coin. Die cracks, there's lots of die cracks. Dashes, cuds in Commonwealth. So here you can find cuds. And you just got to be careful that you actually don't mistake it for an actual damage. So if you look at the top of M, you can see there, that actually looks like die damage. Although it could be a cud. So let's just get close up. What do people think that is? On top of the M. So what I'm talking about is over here. So it could be damage, or it could be a cud. From what I'm seeing here, I reckon it might be a cud itself. So a bit of a damage to the actual die and not the coin before it was actually minted. So these are actually not too rare. They're actually classed as scarce or very scarce, a lot of these damage. But if you're getting a penny, just go over it very quickly, because you don't know what you're actually going to find. And on the obverse, you can get lots of dots. So you can get a dot underneath the IMP. Dots between E and X in Rex. What else? Lump under King's ear, so it should be a lump somewhere there, not this raised part here. And also you can get die crack, so there's another one for die crack going through here. Obviously these coins don't have it. I would have found it by now, but that's what you need to actually look for. And there's probably a lot of errors that are not actually in this book, because this author probably only counts errors that he's actually seen, and a lot of errors he probably hasn't. And a lot of people don't know this. So definitely, if you're going to collect pennies, get that book that I actually reviewed before, because it actually is very helpful. It's helpful for me. But as you can see on this one, this actually has a lot of damage, and this is not any errors. It probably might have an error on it, but this is what we call PMD, post-mint damage. The coin's just been banged up after it has actually been minted. So that's a PMD, PMD, PMD here. It's damaged the E. Lots of PMD down here. And if you have a look, the actual coin's been bent. So now you can actually see it there. So it's a lot of damage. A lot of damage to this coin. It actually reduced this. The value of this coin is probably not even $1, probably less. I'll probably just like give it away, something like that. Yeah, so that's a nice coin. And is it this one? This one has looks like it has an error on the side. If we get closer to it, okay, and let me just focus in. Oh yeah, there you go. You can see it looks like it's actually been cracked. And then the actual coin could actually break in half. So that's a problem with the actual metal. And the reason why I don't think someone's actually scratched it, because of the roughness of the actual damage to the coin itself. So that's why that's a good error. And this one actually has a lot of damage on the side, so you can see it's damage there, and a lot of damage there. If I go out, probably get a better focus on it. Okay, so a lot of damage. You can see there. That's all post-mint damage, so it actually reduces the price of the coin. And if we have a look at the coin itself, I don't see any errors on it. So no. So this coin, because of the damage on the side, actually reduced it there. You can see the damage quite clearly on the side there. And that actually reduces the actual value of the actual coin, which is a pity because old coins are worth collecting, even in this condition. But I don't see any errors on this coin per se. You might think that that's actually doubling. So if we turn it that way, you might think that's actually doubling, but it's only a reflection of light. So if we turn it around, you see it disappears. And when you look at photos of coins you're buying, you need to take that into account, whether it is a doubling or just a reflection of light, because it happens quite a lot. I've seen it. So anyway, nice coin. If you want to buy one in uncirculated, you're probably looking at quite a few dollars. I would be careful, probably about $300 or $400. I would be careful with buying an uncirculated and cleans. A lot of people actually don't know the difference between these coins, and I actually did make a video, I believe it goes up before this, about cleaned coins. So anyway, I hope this helps you out with 1936 penny, and I look forward to making more pennies, and I enjoy your feedback, so please leave some feedback below, and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and I'll leave a link down below to Australian pennies on eBay, because you can actually get very good deals on eBay, and I generally don't have any problems with people who actually sell the pennies themselves. Thank you, and bye bye.